So, Resto, we went through some of this yesterday, but same as the other specs with harder wild and affinities. But now you actually have, this is weird to me, you have two nourishes, two different ones. So on the first row you have a nourish here that heals for a set amount, 1.7 sec cast time, just like the other one. Costs a little bit less mana. And it receives a triple bonus from mastery, and your mastery says healing is increased by blah 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 for each of your resto heal over time effects. The same as before. Yeah, so it's a different... I mean, you can use both right now. I'm assuming... Yeah, exactly. Like, PP talents haven't been done anything with yet, so... I'm assuming something's gonna get changed. Yeah, we have that nourish now. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about this button for PvP. What worries me is that you'll... I really don't want druids to be in a situation where they become AFK healers. And by that I mean... I don't want the best playstyle to be to always sit in the back and spam nourishes to keep people alive. I wanna do cat weaving and all this stuff, you know? I wanna go in and stun and clone and I wanna do stuff. I don't wanna sit in the back and do my overpowered nourish. I don't mind casted heals, that's not what I'm saying. That's cool. What I'm scared of is AFK healing, because that makes me not want to play druid. I always try to play stuff that you can do a lot on, right? It's a reason why I don't like threes that much on Restoration Druid, right? I say it all the time. Because threes in BFA, very often, not in all comps, you can play RMD and stuff, and you play really actively, or with a spell cleave, you play really actively. But in a lot of like melee cleaves and other comps, you always go Guardian Affinity, you sit in the back and you don't ever clone, you don't even spec into it, because there's no point, you'll never get one. And you barely even use your stun, you just sit in the back, rotate your defensives, go for drinks constantly, you know, super defensive. And I don't like that. I think it's boring, and I'm not a fan of it when that's the best playstyle. So that's, as long as that doesn't happen, I don't mind, you know. So as long as the best playstyle isn't to completely AFK in the back. But yeah, that does worry me a little bit. But I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I'm just scared of it. Another big change is Swiftman. Swiftman only has one charge now. They removed the second talent, and it also is a 15-second cooldown, but it now consumes a regrowth, wild growth, or redo to do an instant heal. So it removes the hot and does an insta heal. So I don't know like how much that's going to heal for and stuff, if it's going to be really good or really bad. So the Swiftman change, and then the affinities that we went over before. Harder wild with the affinities is going to be super interesting as resto. You can go Guardian, get 2 frenzy regens, and then you get an in-cap. You get a CC, so the defensive one gives you a CC, which you could do offensive. The defensive one, the defensive Guardian affinity gives you something you can use offensively as well. Jesus, I got it. And I think that's really cool. And then you have Feral Affinity, which makes you do more damage and you get a maim. And this is big. Let me show you. Is it over here or down here when you... So maim is a 20-second cooldown, 5-second stun when you have 5 combo points. You have a 20-second cooldown stun as a druid. Resto druid. That could potentially be really overpowered. I don't know if you'll be able to even like play aggressive and get combo points. It's going to depend on the pace of the game and all that, but it could be insane. Like 20-second cooldown? Yeah, like kidney shot. That's huge. You'll be able to have insane control. Maybe. If you're not too squishy with Feral Affinity and you just flop over. And maybe you just have to like go Guardian Affinity and sit in the back with Nourish. I'm assuming the playstyle is going to be like this. You go Guardian Affinity all the time because you're a squishy fuck. You sit in the back and then you can go in for like in-cap clones and stuff. That's what I'm going to assume it's going to be about. And if you could do like a lot of CC and stuff, it's still going to be really fun to play Druid. I don't think you're going to be able to like spam damage. I'm doubting it, but I'm kind of hoping because I think it's really fun when you can do damage and stun, more stuns and stuff with Feral Affinity, but yeah. And when you go Balance Affinity, you get Typhoon. And then Heart of the Wild does 30% more damage with your balance abilities. When you go Guardian, you get double Frenzied Regen and more stamina. And then Overgrowth is now a normal talent. It costs 600 mana and applies Life Bloom, Rejuve, Wild Growth, and Regrowth. Like so. And then you nourish on top of that. It heals for shit ton. And you can go double reju still. So then you get more hots. Can you still rake stun? That's a good question. Yes, you can. 4-second stun still. Still a 4-second stun. So you still have rake stun and maim. Wait, what's going on with bash then? Oh yeah, they nerfed bash. Bash is a 1-minute cooldown and only a 4-second stun. But you can't play heart and bash. That makes sense. You can have 3 stuns, yeah. But one of them requires stealth, and bash requires you to not play heart, and maim does require you to get 5 combo points somehow, and run into their face and press it while you're in cat form. So it's like, it's cool. I think all those things are really cool. Like it's a risk and reward type of thing, you know? I think that's really awesome. In a lot of ways. You know? Okay, anything else? I see people are tagging me here. Is Heart of the Wild purgeable? That is, I'm 99% sure it's not going to be purgeable. That would be ridiculous. If you could purge a 5-minute cooldown, it would make it absolutely worthless against any purge team. If you cast Innervate on somebody else, you gain its effect at 50% effectiveness. So there's more incentive to give someone else Innervate. It's way more value. And then we have Regrowth. Regrowth's initial heal has a 40% increased chance to crit if the target is already affected by Regrowth. So if you spend Regrowths, it'll crit more. Ironbark, 20% more healing. And then 58, you get Nature Swiftness, which it gives you instant Regrowth, Rebirth, or Root. I'm kind of hoping they're going to put it on Hibernate as well. It's good that they're not putting it on Clone, because that would probably be super overpowered. But I think that's cool that it's on Root and Regrowth for PvP. Is Trank changed, by the way? Because it's kind of lame on live. Like, maybe it banks now? 6 for 600. Isn't that high? That seems really good. Guys, I'm going through every spec. If you've missed it, you can either go to the VODs, and I've also told my YouTube guy to put out all this stuff on YouTube, and I'm going through everything so you can see the changes.